5 mistakes I've made along the way of my photography journey. Now, if you shop through any of the links in the video description below, I will get a commission and no extra cost to you. And if you subscribe to the channel, both will help. Thank you. So, I'm ready for a big jackpot win on the lottery, and now I am. For the chances of things what happened to me throughout my life, including photography. Now, 4 of the 5, what I'm going to bring up, honestly, you won't believe the things what have happened, and you can learn loads from things I've either done wrong or mistakes I've made. Number 1 is quite a common one, which is don't do any research. What I did, I wanted magazine style photos of my dogs to go on the website, the dog's website. So I did no more years ago than go down the local electrical shop and buy a DSLR camera. I had previously had a little compact camera to take photos of the dogs. And I came out to the shop with a Sony camera, a little kit lens, about 18 to 55mm lens, and I bought about a 70 to 300mm zoom lens so I could get closer up shots of the dogs. I honestly thought the camera I'd bought was faulty because I had no clue whatsoever how to use this camera. After about a month of playing with it, it was not too bad if the sun was out, you know, if it was a bright day. I just thought it was faulty, and I actually thought, hang on a minute, I think I need to do a little bit of research. I did some research, and I didn't really like this camera. I'd fallen out with it, and I actually gave it to my sister. I ended up buying a Canon camera, and guess what? The photos still were not much better. They weren't magazine style, dogs stepping off the page, blurry backgrounds, or the ideas I'd got of these magazine style photos. So I decided to go on a course. A really cheap course I found, which was for beginners, and it was a birds of prey day. I said to my sister, do you want to come? You've got this camera I've given you. I've got my new camera. We'll go on this course, photograph these birds, because I like birds of prey anyway. Owls, eagles, hawks. Well, basically, we both went on the course. She took the Sony camera, what I thought was faulty. I took my Canon camera, and we both got the same photos. Now, the lesson you can learn from this is if you are wanting to get into photography and think, well, if I bought a good camera, I could take good photos. You can, but there's a whole lot more to it, including your camera settings, how your camera works, what kind of camera you're going to use to create the photos. Have an idea about what you actually do want to create. Get the lens, what's going to do the job, whether it's a prime lens, a zoom lens, a long lens, a wide angle lens. There is loads to it. Doesn't mean you can't learn. But I was very naive as the fact that if I buy a good camera, I can take good photos. Now, number 2, buy one flash. If you want to have a go with flash, start getting creative, use off-camera flash, or do it. But start with one flash, what you call a dedicated flash, which is a flash what's going to match your camera. So in my case, I've got a Canon camera, buy a Canon flash to start with. So basically, years ago, I was watching lots and lots of YouTube videos how to use flash. Not necessarily with dogs. I was going to apply adding a flash into my dog photos, but you don't have to just watch dog photography videos with flash to do that. I was watching portrait videos, all sorts, but what they all had in common was a lot of these videos I was watching, they were using 4 flashes. So I thought, I need to buy 4 flashes. And in order for an off-camera flash to work, you'll have what's called a trigger. I don't know if you can see it. So you'll have a trigger on top of your camera. When you fire the shutter button to take the photo, the trigger usually will tell a receiver, and the flash gun is sat on top of the receiver, fire the flash. So I needed 4 flashes, 4 receivers and a trigger, and I bought the cheapest possible flashes. And in the videos they were using these flashes too, and I was getting absolutely nowhere. I had actually narrowed it down myself to 1 flash, which still I wasn't doing nothing. I admit the dogs weren't behaving, my dogs weren't what I was trying to do the photos with. I had nothing to tie the dogs up to keep them in place while I had a go. Ended up actually trying to use teddy bears or anything just to try and get a photo it just really was not happening. I joined the Guild of Photographers, and one of the judges had a course, Creative Speedlights. Now another tip here, actually learn how to use the flash before you get creative with it. I went on the course, and the good thing about this instructor, he had the exact same cheap flashes what I had at the time. The course was, part of the course, the day, was a fish tank with water in, a black background, 4 flashes, 2 either side of the fish tank, and then you drop fruit in. With the flash, you freeze the action and get a nice photo of the fruit and bubbles. We all had a go. And then he said, you can use your own flashes, so you've got an idea what to do when you get home. Well, everybody did that, and I came along, woof. I'm like, why is mine completely white? Now, there was 10 men on the course this day, and he cracked up laughing, and he was so excited, he said, hang on, doesn't know what's wrong here. Give me a flash, I'll have a look. So he gets one flash. It says that's firing on full power. It's faulty. Bear in mind, these 4 flashes I'd bought, right? Every single one, I bought them within about a 2-month spell. Every single one was from somewhere else, but they're all the same. Same with the receivers and the trigger. They'd all come from different suppliers. Flash number 1, firing on full power, faulty. It says these flashes are dead good and they're really cheap, so you have to run the risk that every so often you might get a faulty one. Which is, is expected. That's your faulty one. Give us another. It says you've got 2. You've got 2 firing on full power. Give us another. And it started, everyone were getting a bit excited because they're doing a flash test here. No way. He says you've got 3 firing on full power. No way. He says this is a bit of bad luck, isn't it? Give us the other one. He says, hooray, everyone cheered. He says you've got a flash what works. 1 is fine. That one, put a big cross on it, it's working. He says, while we're at it, give me your trigger, which goes on top of your camera. He says, because every so often, very, very rare, the trigger can be faulty. Let me try it. Guess what? It says your trigger is firing all the flashes too, on full power. It says, so your one flash, what's working, is firing on full power too. And after they'd all done laughing, like, no way, that's impossible for someone to have 3 faulty flashes and a faulty trigger. He said, right. He says, what you need to do is get 1 flash, 1 dedicated flash, learn with that, then build up. He says there's nothing wrong with buying cheap flashes, but learn how your flash should work. The dedicated flash. And all I thought was great, I've got no flash now, have I? No flash whatsoever. Number 3, grey imports. So if you're in the UK, camera gear seems a hell of a lot cheaper in China, doesn't it? Grey import. Why is that? Now there are lots of websites what will offer a lot cheaper camera gear. You can buy yours from wherever you like. I had already done my research and I knew I wanted a 1DX. And I was having one. And in the UK, at the time, I think the 1DX, what I wanted was £3,300 from Wex. I know it was. And I thought, I'll save £300 by getting it from China. From getting a grey import. And lots of people buy grey imports. They do. They'll spend thousands. And some websites are better than others. So I took the risk. And I ordered, for £3,000, my 1DX. From China. Now what happened was it took 6 weeks. It did say it would take 6 weeks and it took exactly 6 weeks with no communication whatsoever to turn up. The 1DX. Fine. The box was perfectly sealed with all Chinese writing all over it. No, my heart's going. I've already been panicking for a few weeks thinking, where is it? Have I lost my money? I opened the box to a Canon box with Chinese writing all over it. Well, it's fine. We've got it from China. It looked like everything had been stuffed in the box. If you ever buy a new camera, everything is perfect. It's like they have people what perfectly seal or the packets with a little bit of tape. It was just chucked in. The battery charger for 1DX is the size of a camera. There was no lead. There is no lead to the battery charger. Luckily, my Canon 7D Mark II has a lead what fits this charger. There was no manual. I don't know what else was missing. There was no leads to connect it up to your computer. There was nothing. There was just a camera and a charger. That's fine. It's arrived. Charged the battery up. I went out and took a few photos of my dogs. We're fine. You know, it's a big risk. I saved 300 quid. We'll be fine. I'd had the camera about 3 weeks. Luckily, just photographing my dogs. We're locked up. That panel there, which gives you your ISO, your shutter speed, you know, depth of field. It just said P. I thought, what? Took the battery out, took the card out, put it back in, I'll be fine. P. Nothing would work. All I could do was switch it on and off, and it said P. I couldn't take a photo. It wouldn't take a photo. I couldn't change nothing. Oh, what? Well, I'm not going to try and get in contact with China. You know, the supplier, where it's come from. Well, what do I do now? I've just spent all this money and my camera doesn't work. After a bit of ringing around, ring Canon UK, because you know, it's a new camera, it'll be in warranty. So I rang Canon UK. Right, give me the serial number. If you buy a Canon camera in the UK and it breaks, which more than likely it's not going to do, Canon will replace the camera, they'll fix the camera free of charge, but also they've got, I've forgotten the name of it, basically you can sign up for free, you list all your equipment, and if something breaks within the warranty, they'll replace it with the exact same, like a new camera, till your camera's fixed. It's all free. When I gave them the serial number, it says, oh, it's an import, so it's not covered under Canon UK warranty. I said, so what now? It says, well, we can fix it for you, but you're going to have to pay £400 it costs to fix. So £3,300 it cost in the UK, brand new. By saving 300 quid, I cost myself £400. You can work it out yourself, can't you? Take from that what you like. The camera, luckily, has never broke since. But I learnt my lesson big time there. I will only ever buy my camera gear if I'm going to buy new, usually from Wex. I will buy second-hand gear from only MPB and Wex. The Canon R10, which is videoing at the moment, learn to be one, patient, and number two, know exactly what you want, and you can have what you want at the price you want by thinking of it. The Canon R10, I'd worked out what I wanted, and no one getting it a great import, never again, no. They were 800 quid. Second hand, the R10 was £800. I managed to get my Canon R10 from Canon UK for under £800. By being patient, they had an online exclusive deal on which came with 2 lenses, an extra battery worth £45 and a new card. They were out of stock, and I bided my time till they came back in stock at this particular price. Got one. 2 days later the price went up by £300, and what I did was the 2 kit lenses I didn't want what it came with. Well, I got a quote from Wex and MPB, and the best quote was Wex, and they gave me the money for the 2 lenses, which brought the price of the camera right down. So I got a UK camera at the price I wanted, basically. But you can buy your camera gear from where you like. But just be careful when it comes to grey imports. Number 4, read the rules. So if you're going to enter any kind of competition, read the rules before you start. I'm a member of the Guild of Photographers. Have been for a long time. I've also got a page on my website what's got a code, referral code, which you can put in if you want to join, and you can get a little bit of money off the membership. I'll put the link in the description below. So I decided, with their photo competition, which is every month, if you enter every month, you can go for what's called the photographer's bar. And in short, you have to enter every month. We don't have to enter every month. 8 months. Read the rules. Because they do change. They pick your best 8 months. And if you've got 24 points within the same category, but I would check the rules because they do change. If you've got over 24 points, you can get what's called your photographer's bar. But you can also go to the awards night and receive your photographer's bar and have your photo on the Guild of Photographers background and receive your award from Leslie or Steve and have your photo taken. Download the logos, put it on your website. Thought that looks good. I'm going to have a go at that. Worked all year. I got 36 points. And at the time it was the open category. They didn't have a pets category for dog photography. So I've got some pheasants in there and all sorts. But I got 36 points. I paid £80 for a hotel room, a crew hall, £60 for the ticket for the night. Sat there and you have your meal. Then the awards start and the first awards are the photographer's bar. Everyone's lovely. I went on my own both times. Going on your own, I got sat next to a judge both times, or a judge's wife the first time. Really, really interesting night. But I didn't get the award. There's quite a lot of photographers' bars what get awarded. I thought, I've got 36 points. Why haven't I got mine? Maybe they don't know I'm here because they're going to post it. But I actually wanted it because I wanted my photo. And then all the rest of the awards are given out and it finishes about 10 o'clock, the awards. What? I don't get this. I've spent all year and it's hard to have the right kind of photos in to get all your points. I had a word with Steve after the awards. I collared him because I thought I'm not waiting until Monday to find out why. I want to know if I've got it or not. I know I've got it, why haven't I been given it? And basically he says, have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done that? I went, oh actually, oh no. He says there's always one. I thought, oh yeah, well, guaranteed, isn't it? It's me. Guaranteed. Yes, it was my fault. I was totally gutted. I'd spent all year doing the photographer's bar. I really did think, oh, you can forget it. You can stuff this membership. I'm done. I am well and truly done. Because I've got 36 points and not as I would just scrape through. Anyway, after a couple of weeks, because the awards night is in February, my membership ran out in the May, or needed renewing. I put a few photos in the competition and I'd got quite a few points by the May. Anyway, I continued and the following year I went and got my award. But the big lesson there is read the rules. Read the rules. I can't stress that enough, and neither does everybody else. If somebody asks a question about the competition, everyone will put exactly the same comment within the Guild of Photographers Facebook group. Read the rules. Just go to the rules yourself and read them. Then, it won't happen. But there's always somebody. There is always someone what it will happen to. Number 5. Final mistake within this video. Backup failure. Not even funny. So, for me, it was my hard drive. Now this one is going to do you. If you are a photographer and you've not got this one sorted, you've had it. Now up there, I've got a whole load of SmugMug tutorials. I've not actually got how to upload it. Well, I have got uploaded photos. But anyway, here we go. The chances of this one happening. Not that didn't fail. I failed using it. I also failed by using a hard drive. And what I did, backed up all my photos. This is not an uncommon mistake. All my photos are backed up, my Photoshop documents, the lot, are backed up on a hard drive. But also that hard drive, at the time, years ago, was also backed up with another hard drive. I had, at the time, 3 SmugMug accounts. Now, if you don't know what SmugMug is, photographers, but you've got unlimited photo storage within your account. But I had 3 accounts. It's all over my website why I had 3 accounts. One for photography, which is used for selling me event photography, client galleries, building your portfolio, the lot. And I've got one for my show dogs website, and I've got one for the dog grooming website. I've got 3 unlimited photo storage. Yeah, I've got everything sat on a hard drive. I knew SmugMug was unlimited photo storage. I did know that, but what I didn't do was take advantage of the fact that it was unlimited photo storage. So whatever was in SmugMug was what needed to be there. You know, the client gallery is what we're going to go out. The photos what I needed on the website of the grooming and the dogs. Because everything's sat on these hard drives. Now, well, you guessed it. The first main hard drive went bang. It just stopped working. It was dead. I thought, well, it's not the end of the world because I've got everything backed up again. I used to basically put everything on the hard drive and then put it on the other one as well. Now this is where, you know, Mrs. Rare here. Well, the other one packed up too, only within a week. And when that happened, my first thoughts were, shit, what's in my SmugMug account? Because I knew it was unlimited photo storage, but what I've not done is used it how you're supposed to use it. You can even, they've even got an app what's automatic on your computer. When you switch your computer on, whatever's on your hard drive gets backed up. You can store RAW files, you can store PSDs now with SmugMug Source. It's unlimited photo storage. I only have one big account now. I'll call it a big account. I've got the pro account. I've got the dog's website on it. I've got client galleries and the event photography coming out of it. How it should be, but also everything is uploaded to SmugMug. Those hard drives are dead. And basically, to have your hard drive fixed is going to cost you a lot of money. A lot of money. And people know that because they know if you've cocked up, like I did, there's a lot of money's worth of photos sat on them hard drives. That was a massive mistake. I said I've got a load of videos how to use SmugMug. I've also got a discount off any new account, and you can try it free for 14 days. But yeah, that was a big one, and that one will do you if your hard drive packs up. I will never buy another hard drive ever again. I've got one left, and it will go. It will just go bang when you're not expecting it. Don't know if I said, but when that hard drive went bang, it was really, really hot weather, and I'd put it in the Facebook group for the guild, and they said a lot of people's hard drives had actually packed up at the same time that mine packed up, and I say 2 happened, and they said they put it down to the heat. It was such hot weather at the time, they said that's the only thing they can think what caused so many people's hard drives to pack up at the same time. That's number 5. Use SmugMug. Don't cock up. Don't have everything sat on that ticking time bomb, because that's what it is. It's just waiting. And don't think it won't happen to you. I know I'm Mrs. Rare. Mrs. Rare for 2. 2 to pack up. But it will. That's it. So you can learn loads from that, can't you? You haven't actually learned how to take a photo from me. But you can learn a lot. How to do things right. That's it. Might win lottery next week.